Rhinos emerge. It is a huge test on the way of their character. For Ian Millward and the Saints, well, they ended Leeds' hopes in the Challenge Cup with a semi-final victory in March. They're hoping to end the Rhinos' season right here. The champions, they have their season on the line as well. Match referee is Stuart Cummings. We're about to get going. It's a perfect night, still, bright, dry, perfect for rugby league. And Leeds, in the shape of Francis Cummins, get this elimination playoff underway. Remember, whoever loses tonight, they can plan their end-of-season party.
And that's why both sides will be putting their bodies on the line. 80 minutes. It will be a cracking game, I'm sure. It'll be a tough one as well.
Well, we started the playoffs in magnificent circumstances last night, and here are the team lineups. St Helens with Wellens, Hall, Iro, Hoppy, Stewart, Sculthorpe and Martin in the backs. And the forwards, Matautia, Hyam, Stankovic, Shields, Joint and Cunningham will operate at loose forward. On the bench, Yonkers, Cruikshank, Edmondson and Kirkpatrick. The coach is Ian Millward. Now the Rhinos, Cummins the captain, Walker, Carroll, Senior, Calderwood, Sinfield and Burrow. Forwards, Fleary, Diskin, McDermott, Farrell, Mercer, Hay. And the bench, St Hilaire, Ward, Matthew and Wrench. Coach is Darryl Powell. Two sides really who are just about at full strength, or as full a strength as they can muster, with key personnel either missing or injured or suspended. And here is Gary Mercer for the Rhinos over the halfway line. What a job this fella's done for Leeds since he joined them from Warrington about 5-6 weeks ago.
Going to be interesting to see how Leeds, what tactics they utilise in the opening 10 minutes. Normally they just bash it out with the big forwards.
That's the last tackle. This set of 6 for the Rhinos. Diskin is the dummy half. It's with Sinfield, and Sinfield hoists a little midfield bomb. They're after this. That's well claimed though by Steve Hall. Under pressure from Calderwood.
Wonderful take. Jumped at the right time. And that's good work though by Calderwood. No chance for the fullback there, Paul Wellens. Well, Leeds look as though they're up for this one. They're getting right into the faces of the Saints.
Well, all the top 5, of course, have waited for so long for these playoffs to get underway. This is the way it looks between these two since 1973. As you can see, little to choose. But at St Helens, there is a vast difference. And it's with Anthony Stewart now for the Saints. Super League 6 this year. Honours, I suppose you would say, in Leeds' favour. 2 victories to 1, including that horror story for St Helens at Headingley just after they won the Challenge Cup. Good chip over the top, that from Sculthorpe. That will stand in the field of play. Calderwood gets it. Good chase back by the young winger, but a good chase by the St Helens attackers as well. And here now comes Keith Senior, and Leeds giving this ball some air. Oh, it's been stolen. Martin tackled without the ball. Interesting.
That'll be a knock-on.
Knock-on.
He nearly got it though. It was dodgy play by the Leeds outfit. And you can see there that Chev Walker, he looked horrified there as they stand up. Tommy Martin just whisked it away. No doubt this will be a head and feet to Leeds. A lot of pressure on the youngster there, Chev Walker.
Cracking atmosphere inside Knowsley Road tonight, as you would expect. 4 League and Cup clashes this year. It's 2 wins apiece. Remember, St Helens won the Cup semi-final. And then, as we've already seen, it's a 2-1 in Leeds' favour in Super League after the weekly rounds. Here's Barry McDermott, tackled by Mickey Hyam and also by Kieran Cunningham. Gary Mercer will drive it forward again. Matautia and Peter Shields in quickly to quell the danger. Leeds still inside their own half of the field. Diskin off the floor to Sinfield, who kicks behind Wellens. But Steve Hall had funneled back and collects 10 metres from his own line, and he will bring the ball away. But only as far as Diskin and Fleary.
Well, both sides just sounding each other out. They're utilising the kick and chase game. Nothing fancy as yet.
Cunningham, the dummy half. And here is Sculthorpe. Cunningham again will scamper at this Leeds defence. Good chase. Terrific chase by Diskin. Cunningham trying to disentangle himself from Diskin and Mercer. Mickey Hyam, live wire. probing this Leeds attack. The Saints with Sculthorpe's high kick, and Chev Walker's underneath that. He claimed it well.
Did well to go down very quickly there. There was a good shield.
Well, both sides here tonight have suffered with injury and suspension. But Leeds maybe, well, they've had more than their fair share of setbacks. Of course, St Helens have lost Long and Newlove for the course of the season very early in the piece. Leeds, Mullins and Clyde, they've only rarely been seen in glimpses. Yestin Harris gone and Pratt for the rest of the season. And here now is Rob Burrow, and Leeds are going to get in first. Leeds are in. What a break by the Rhinos. Big smile from Darryl Powell and Malcolm Reilly. And Rob Burrow, well, he adds to his glittering reputation that has only been in existence for about the last 2 months of the season. But that's what the Leeds faithful think of that start for the Rhinos.
Beautiful work there. Excellent stuff from Farrell. Senior just got into it. Did the right thing. Superb little jink there. Everyone anticipated that the halfback would come towards the sticks. He didn't. As soon as he gets the ball, this was tremendous work from Farrell though. Got the big centre away. But look, as soon as he gets it, he just turned Paul Wellens inside out. It was always going to be a 4-pointer. What a talent. And boy, oh boy, did he enjoy that.
All the Leeds contingent will have enjoyed that. Rob Burrow on the score sheet for the last 4. He's started the last 3 at scrum half. 2 tries in the win here 2 weeks ago. And this little man with a big heart, Rob Burrow, has given the Rhinos an absolutely breathtaking start to this match. Now, if he can add the extras from out there, Leeds will have a 6-0 advantage. It's a great kick. He allows himself a little smile, and Leeds lead by 6 points. Well, that has put the cat amongst the pigeons, just as Hull did last night at Wigan.
Well, there you see, Paul Sculthorpe very rarely misses a man, but he did there. And the big second rower got the ball away. Just absolutely outstanding pace from this little fella.
Kickoff is collected by Anthony Farrell again. And Stankovic and Matautia, the front row partnership, as named by Ian Millwood, hunting the big fella. Now here is Andy Hay. Rough challenge on him by Shields, finished off by Cunningham. Quick play the ball though by Leeds. That's been a feature early.
Just goes to show it's very rare you see Anthony Farrell break through and show some amazing speed there.
Good ball from McDermott
offload
to Fleary.
They're in the mood of the Rhinos.
Diskin to Andy Hay. Good tackle by Shields. Ian Millwood knows that his team have arrived at the playoffs with the worst record playing-wise of the top 5. Just 1 victory in the last 5 matches, and that's a knock-on against Leeds. It's on the last, so it'll be the turnover.
Well, they're eager beavers, that's for sure. They're going for everything. Sinfield nearly got to that ball. Little doubt it was his hand that knocked the ball forward. But Leeds, they'll be happy with this start. They look very composed. We knew that the forwards had to play well. That's a bad offload from Sculthorpe.
And Sinfield was hunting the mistake, and he clattered Wellens to the ground. Well, Saints just a little bit out of sorts at the moment, but not so much that, but more the fact that Leeds have started this game in breathtaking fashion.
Well, that should have been a penalty. Andy Hay went all over the man with the football.
Martin for a 40-20.
Will it bend?
No. Just slightly long, that's all.
Well, they're showing their hand, aren't they, St Helens? They're going to utilise this long kicking game. Just too long in the end. Magnificent kick.
So Leeds will restart with the tap on the 20-metre line. Diskin then gives it to young Mark Calderwood on the team sheet for every one of the weekly rounds. And he will remember the cup semi-final against Saints, a wonderful try that day at the JJB Stadium. Leeds have started brightly. with Fleary to the halfway line.
And it's the forwards that are leading the way as well. They're running onto this football with a lot of vim and vigour.
Great run from Diskin. Joint was after him and got him. Burrow, the dummy half. Here is Sinfield, and Sinfield saw the gap. And it was a good job that Martin reacted. Now then, it's the last tackle again, and Burrow will hoist the kick out wide. It's a tester for Steve Hall again. It's palm bound by Senior to Andy Hay. Andy Hay! Good defence. Stankovic and Hoppy.
It had to be as well. Once again, we see Leeds going to the air. The wonderful kick. Senior did well to palm it back.
Oh, and the ball then came free in the St Helens in-goal area. Harried they were by Leeds, and Matautia just dropped on it. Awful pass.
Not only that, but no one was aware. Steve Hall looked absolutely horrified. That ball was actually coming to him. That's a great dropout, though.
Isn't it just? And the chase has to be good. And Saints arrive eventually, but here comes Cummins. He's made 20 metres back at them, and Stankovic missed him. And Ian Millward is concerned. There's no doubt about that.
Well, it has to be as well. They haven't had much football in their hands, and when they have had it, they've been utilising the long kick downfield.
Oh, Mercer to Carroll, it was a bit too fancy. And here is Cunningham. He picked up the pieces then.
He's got to be the key for Saints to get them back into this game. He's the man that can break through any defence in the world.
And here is a renowned big game performer, Kevin Iro. And Fleary could have been penalised for that extra shove. It's with Sculthorpe now. He flicks it to Stankovic. And Stankovic was looking over the right shoulder, nobody there, so he held on.
Solid defence though from Leeds.
Hyam.
They're working overtime in that department.
Shields dumps the ball into the arms of Hoppy. And this scrambling Leeds defence, St Helens just haven't got a moment to think. They're 20 metres away though from the Leeds line. Sculthorpe to Cunningham, oh, and he missed it. Went backwards though, play on. Martin has picked up the pieces. Here now is Wellens. And Wellens will straighten it up.
Well, the passing's not the best from the Saints side.
It's with Sculthorpe now. Then inside it comes to Wellens. Wellens trying to jink away from trouble. This is the last one. And there's a penalty.
Silly play. Dumb football there from Senior. And we'll bring them back. Take the tap again.
Well, he's given another penalty there because Leeds were all offside. They weren't back over their own try line. They have to be when the penalty comes inside the 10-metre zone. And here come the Saints now with Wellens. This is an opportunity for the champions. They've got another penalty. Diskin taken quickly by Cunningham. Over the top it goes, and Hall is in, I think.
Yeah, great try.
Quicksilver thinking from Kieran Cunningham. And Leeds, they conceded 3 quick penalties there. And Steve Hall was on the end of the pass from Kieran Cunningham because Cunningham just thought too quickly for the Leeds defence.
Caught them napping. There's a penalty. Messing around, it was Diskin. And watch Cunningham. Whilst the Leeds players were arguing with the referee, Cunningham got on with the game. He startled them. This is a great effort. Oh, Calderwood caught out completely. You can't allow this guy much room, otherwise he'll just break your heart. Finished off well from Hall. Calderwood left in no man's land. The Saints are back.
Yes, Steve Hall with the try. This is his 60th appearance for St Helens, the former Great Britain Academy international, and he's marked the 60th showing in a St Helens shirt with a try. And Darryl Powell, well, he doesn't look quite as happy as he did just a few short minutes ago. Now it's a difficult conversion attempt this for Paul Sculthorpe. It's his 24th birthday today, incidentally. This would be the perfect present, but he sliced it. So Leeds still have the advantage by 6 points to 4.
When you stand walking and talking, you suffer. Bang. Too late was the cry.
Make sure the tackles are clear, fellas.
Great finish though.
Don't leave your hands in.
Smart thinking from Cunningham. Great finishing off there from the winger.
This is the meeting of 4th place St Helens and 5th place Leeds. One of these two great clubs has to go tonight. If it's all square after 80 minutes, there'll be 10 minutes each way extra time, followed by the drama of the golden point. Let's hope we don't get to all of that. Let's hope it's settled in the 80 minutes. It's with Cunningham, who suddenly has started to take control. And he gets the ball away to Shields, and it goes wide to Hoppy. And here come the Saints. Here come the Saints again.
It's amazing what a try can do to a side. And with Hall squeezing in at the corner, because Saints, they'd lost their shape.
Martin to Wellens, and Wellens almost stumbled his way through the defence then, and a good job that Mercer got the tackle in. Martin will come down the short side. Stewart is over! Anthony Stewart!
Forward!
He's ruled it out!
Forward pass!
Here we go, on the 10.
He was in a good line. I've seen these given, that was 50-50. The crowd don't like it. They've also seen the replay. That was a big call from Stuart Cummings. It was on the last. Saints went for the power play, so the turnover took place.
Well, that was a big call from Stuart Cummings. Here it is again. Well,
that looks all right.
And our camera there, absolutely level.
Spot on. Oh, they've been badly done too.
Well, that's a let-off. Here's Tony Carroll. Kevin Iro ahead of him. With help from Martin, eventually Carroll is brought to ground. It's the last tackle and Leeds are on the halfway line. Carroll was hurt there. Rob Burrow out on the full.
Good pressure. He gave him hardly any room to move. Not happy with the final kick.
Back with the touching. Online with the touching.
You can see he was being followed all the way by Chris Joynt.
He is only 18 years of age, Rob Burrow, and what a talent. Oh, Sinfield went in a bit strong then.
Touch judge saw it.
Peter Shields felt that. It was a swinging arm.
You can see quite clearly that he's got that arm guard on, and they put it to good use.
No, you're looking at that, right?
Supposed to protect.
Ball says you've hit him in the face, right? You've got to keep it clear of that, okay?
Well, that's rather unusual. It's not usually in his game plan. Kevin Sinfield, he won't mind though.
Wait for his foot. Wait.
Yes, a few more valuable metres. 4-0, the penalty count in St Helens' favour. It's with Wellens. He straightens it up. Farrell and Fleary combining. Cunningham at dummy half. Quickly to Hyam. Wide then to Sculthorpe. Sculthorpe's attacking them. Brilliant! What a try from arguably the player of the year. What a birthday present that is! He was named in the dream team this week at standoff. He kept out the likes of Henry Paul and Matthew Johns, and this is the reason why.
Well, just like last night, every time Wigan got the opportunity with a penalty, they came up with the points, and Saints have done just that. Silly swinging arm from Sinfield gave them the possession, and as Eddie has mentioned, arguably the best player this year. Sculthorpe, in absolute sensational form throughout this season, has scored a vital try. They were denied maybe a couple of moments ago, which looked like a legal pass. It was pulled back, but not on this occasion. This man, well, has lit up the stadium yet again.
He's lit up the season, Paul Sculthorpe, and hasn't he grabbed the opportunity with both hands? Ian Millwood showing no signs of emotion yet. Wears his heart on his sleeve during the course of the 80 minutes. And Sculthorpe now with the opportunity to add 2 more points. This for a 10-6 lead. He's missed another, you know. Has Sculthorpe not brought his shooting boots with him tonight?
That's here, Andy Hay. He's looking for the dummy runner coming back on the inside, and he just hesitates sufficiently enough not to get a hit on Sculthorpe. That was wonderful play there. The dummy runner, Stankovic, came back on the inside. He threw the dummy, and he was able to get underneath the grasp from Andy Hay.
Now then, this is Tim Yonkers, who came on as a substitute for Vila Matautia not too long ago. Wellens. Confirmation of Yonkers' appearance on the Knowsley Road pitch. That was a beautiful ball from Cunningham to Sculthorpe. Cunningham in a dummy half again, and significantly he's got to the pace of this over the past few moments. Just on the line, and on the line is out. It's only a millimetre, that's all. Just the wrong side.
Just hasn't got it right yet. This second opportunity has been denied on both occasions, much to the relief of Darryl Powell.
And possession has suddenly turned in St Helens' favour. It was very much Leeds' match in the early moments of this game. They were 6-0 up, 8-6. It's pretty tight, as you would expect. This is playoff football.
They were all at sea, St Helens. They really did lose their shape. What a great tackle that was.
Smashing tackle from Mickey Hyam. But here is Sinfield, and he gets it away to Carroll. And Tony Carroll, what a good job that Peter Shields held on to his ankles. Diskin will come the short side, and he's on his own here. Walker has moved in off the wing. Diskin was trying to get to him then. And Stewart and Tommy Martin wrap him up. There is Walker. Here is McDermott. It goes to Burrow. Jinking little run from Burrow again. Collared by the Saints defence.
Offside. And a swinging arm.
I think it was a swinging arm by Cunningham. It was round the head of Rob Burrow.
He had a second attempt, and there's a problem, I feel, for Mickey Hyam. He went high there and then got him on the second occasion. And you could see Hyam coming in.
I think Mickey Hyam got Rob Burrow's head right on his thigh, but that's the penalty. Back on the line.
Very high. Yeah.
Just above the knee. Back on the line. Kieran Cunningham has watched the replay of that on our giant screen and doesn't agree with Stuart Cummings' interpretation.
There's little doubt he went for the head, which is pretty difficult. Pretty short to the ground, isn't he, Rob Burrow? You don't have to raise your arm all that much to get the little fella. And that could be a huge problem.
Yes, Mickey Hyam, he got Burrow's head just above the knee, and it's well, when you bang your knee on a table, it's pretty painful, isn't it? And that's why he's hobbling his way back. Here it is again. Clunk.
So young Burrow, his head is
as hard as a table. Yes.
I'm sure there's not many corners showing on that one. Well, this is a gift, 2 points.
It is, this to level it. So Rob Burrow then to make it 8-all. The youngster holds his nerve, and it is all wrapped up here at Knowsley Road.
Neat little kick there. Darryl Powell knows the strengths of his side, and if he can keep pegging away there, always in with a chance. He was pretty confident. He was our guest last night, Darryl Powell, and he was extremely confident about coming here and taking away the spoils.
Here now is Keith Senior to run this ball back at the St Helens defence. He missed the Cup semi-final against the Saints in March. And Darren Fleary, the prop forward, being linked with a move to Widnes for next year. Wondered how long it would be before Widnes started to sound players out in the transfer market. I know they've made a couple of signings. That's a penalty to Leeds. Hands in to play the ball by Kieran Cunningham.
Messing around, and you can see quite clearly, and Stuart Cummings has had a stern word.
Stand up and stand clear.
Little doubts in the mind of anybody there.
Thanks, mate.
It's a big problem. They're just losing their shape again. But I've been so impressed with the way that the Leeds forwards have taken it to Saints.
And here's one of them again now with Fleary. That's good defence. Shields and Cunningham force him back a couple more metres. Burrow again at dummy half, and here is Sinfield. He finds Hay, and Hay has got a hole. It's opened up. Cummins will score in the corner. Francis Cummins, and more smiles on the face of Darryl Powell, Malcolm Reilly, and a little scowl on the face of Ian Millwood as he looks to our big screen to watch the replay of this and see how Cummins has snuck in for his 16th try of the year.
Andy.
Well, as I said before,
Andy.
the penalty brought the try for Sculthorpe on this occasion. Good work from Hay back on the inside, and the fullback squeezes in. And they've paid the price. Cunningham been penalised, and from the set play, back on the inside. Good work by the loose forward, Andy Hay. Supported superbly by Cummins, and this is what it meant to the coach. Pretty pleased, eh?
Well, I've not seen Darryl Powell show quite as much emotion as this throughout the entire season. It is obviously a very, very big game for everybody at Headingley. And Cummins with the try, and now Rob Burrow again. And can he maintain this 100% record with the boot? He's given it a chance, just wide of the post. 12-8 then to the Rhinos. Cummins with the try and his 110th consecutive appearance.
Look at the positional there by the fullback, Cummins. Joint struggling to get across to fill the gap.
Okay, fellas, stay behind now.
That's a great try. Good combination. Loose forward, back to the fullback.
Sculthorpe's kick-off.
Okay, play on. Tackles
Gathered
down,
in by Farrell. Good chase from the kick-off too from St Helens.
Down, stand clear.
And Mick Hyam has had to go off. That bang above the knee that he got, he limped his way to the sideline after that try was scored, and Heath Cruikshank come on. Well, the one thing you can say about playoff football is the only predictable thing is its unpredictability. What say you, Phil Clark?
Yeah, but I'm sure Darryl Powell will be delighted with the way his side have started. When they've shown they can control the ball, they can put points on their opponents. Barry McDermott charges the ball upfield. Interestingly, it went in defence. He put Rob Burrow on the right wing, a tactic we saw St Helens doing the Challenge Cup final as he goes through. Just held back. The one danger, though, that Leeds must watch on is when St Helens are in possession, they're so dangerous from acting half-back.
The dab through by Sinfield, and it's gathered in by Hall, but a great chase, and Senior scrags Hall to the ground. And Leeds now will hunt the mistake. All the runs from dummy half coming from St Helens, just Matt Diskin with a couple for Leeds.
Well, the Saints coach Ian Millwood playing ducks and drakes just before this game. Switched Cunningham from the hook and roll to the loose forward, joint into the second row. Put Mickey Hyam into the hooker, but they've just mixed and matched, as you can see from the runs from dummy half. So they're working hard.
Well, when he named John Stankovic in the front row yesterday, I just queried it with him. And I said, are you really playing John Stankovic at prop forward? He said, well, just watch where he plays. It doesn't matter which personnel fit which of the spots in the St Helens team. They all play a multi-role.
3, hands out.
Here is Mercer. And Darryl Powell speaking very favourably of Gary Mercer last night, Steve-O, when he was our guest at Wigan.
He's done a fine job.
So is this fella tonight.
It's the forwards that I said, you've got to lay that platform, and they're doing that.
Sinfield.
They are hunting and they are playing as a unit.
Sinfield with a little drop of the shoulder. Burrow, that's a sliced midfield bomb. But again, it's palmed back by Senior to Hay. And then the kick is charged down, and Saints have it back with Cunningham.
Right, tackle one.
Well, they lost away a little bit there. Burrow really should have given himself a little bit more space to get the kick away. It wasn't the best from Mr. Chippendale, as Eddie calls him now.
They take their clothes off for a living, don't they?
That's good.
I know you'd have to bring it a little bit lower.
Lovely flick pass. Stankovic.
Well, in sudden death football, it brings out the best in both sides, but at the moment it's Leeds that are bossing things out there. They are really hammering into these Saints players.
Last tackle, the referee shouted held as Sculthorpe fell. Martin was under pressure from Sinfield then. It's a huge kick, in fact it's too deep.
And that's the reason it was too deep, because Sinfield got right across him. He looked pretty calm, cool and collected, does Ian Millward.
Well, we say, don't we, throughout the course of a year, it's part of the game plan to be behind.
20.
But I think he'd like the scoreline reversed at the moment. But Leeds won't be complaining, that is for sure.
Well, I think we might hear a few words from Ian Millward about that Stewart no try that Mr. Stuart Cummins brought back for a forward pass. It looked all right. Well, it was all right.
The victory here, though, 2 weeks ago from Leeds has given them such confidence coming into this match. 23-18 they won that day. They know now, in fact both these teams know, there is no margin for error from here on in. And Diskin's the dummy half. Sinfield. That ricocheted off of St Helens' leg into the arms of Martin. And here is Anthony Stewart. And he's away from Stewart. And Stewart's taking them on his own.
Great effort there from the winger.
Quick play the ball, Cunningham to Chris Joint. Joint to within 10 metres.
Offside.
Cunningham, Peter Shields. Shields driving it in, back through the legs. This is Cruikshank. And the Leeds scrambling defence stands firm, but for how much longer? Cunningham! Oh, he's on the line, is he? Or is it short? Oh, here is a decision for the video referee.
We're on fourth tackle.
Good effort, he went for it, but I think you'll find he's going to be short. He's only on the fourth. Only has to hit the whitewash, and it could be given this. It could be given.
Fourth tackle.
Doesn't matter how much of the ball hits the whitewash, as long as it does. He's going to give this. This will be TOI.
The crowd have watched what you have watched at home and what the video referee is watching. And the St Helens portion of the crowd are celebrating.
Now from that angle you can't see because there's the Leeds boots in the way. So I think he'll look for a different angle, and he is. And that is on the line. And I think he's got good control of it.
That's the one that tells you conclusively, in our opinion.
I think he'll go over TOI here. Well, how many times has Cunningham come up with the goods? He created the first try, and he scored a vital one now.
Well, Steve-O's been pretty spot on this year with his video ref decisions, and he is again. And Cunningham gets St Helens level, his 18th try of the campaign. He missed last week, was loose forward against Leeds 2 weeks ago as well, and he's at loose forward again tonight. But it was Stewart's run that set it up.
Wonderful effort from the winger, and they were quick to get on with the game. You can see there he wanted to get a fast ball, and then when this fella gets it, he's pretty hard to stop. They were caught napping there. They were trying everything to convince the referee, but he went to the screen, and this is what it meant to the fans. They knew they were in a pretty tight arm wrestle.
Well, Sculthorpe hasn't kicked one yet, but this is a golden opportunity to break his duck. This for a St Helens lead. They held a lead in the 18th minute. They get it back after just over half an hour. 14-12, Cunningham with the try. And no wonder they tried to break the bank to keep him here. Well, he's emotionless, Ian Millward, tonight so far.
Well, Danny Ward has entered the fray.
Yes, Danny Ward has come on for Barry McDermott.
I must say that when Ward came on last week against Bradford, he certainly peppered up the pack. Not that they needed it. Leeds have been outstanding.
Well, Barry McDermott has led from the front for half an hour. He really has. And now he's taking the breather, and Sinfield getting that tackle in on Heath Cruikshank. And this now is Peter Shields. There's Danny Ward.
Okay, it's held. 4. Hey, have a look, fellas. Gary. Come on.
And they're going for a 40-20 with Sculthorpe. And that's a great kick. That is a great kick. It was set up, the planned move.
He wants to see if he's back over the 40 first.
I think his foot was on the line.
Yes, just wants it confirming by the video referee.
He took a deliberate step back. That's all right.
Yes.
This will be head and feet to the Saints.
Yes, the decision on the board will be scrum attack, I fancy.
Well, 2 occasions. Tommy Martin has been denied, but not on this occasion from this fella, Paul Sculthorpe.
It's on the 10, the scrum.
He has grown in stature this year,
Fellas, it's miles away,
as you would not want to believe.
Well, they talk about duos, Batman and Robin, but dearie me, you know, the way that Sculthorpe and Cunningham have played this year has been outstanding.
Joint is the dummy half, and here is Sculthorpe, and he gets it away to Stankovic, and Keith Senior was first to hit him. Sean Hoppy, wide it goes, Sculthorpe again! The man's a freak! Paul Sculthorpe! Terrific try again! Second try for Paul Sculthorpe tonight, the 4th for Saints. And suddenly the champions have grabbed this game by the scruff of the neck, and this fellow, he has led the way.
Poor defence. This was a kick deliberately stepped back to make sure he was over the line. Referee Stuart Cummings went for the video. It was conclusive, but yet again he picked out the smallest man on the field and went right over the top of him. Get out of the way, Mr. Barrow. Boom. I am the best, he says, and why not? Try number 2.
Well, it is a nerve-jangling time for the coaches, as we saw last night, and Darryl Powell's gone from one edge of emotion to the other here in the space of 35 minutes. And Sculthorpe now to try and add the extras. Well, he's kicked one from in front. He's missed everything else. And he's missed another. 18-12.
You can see Sculthorpe there is lurking on. Look where the defence has come across. Burrow all on his own. Give me the football, he said. Bang. No chance.
What about 6 minutes, fellas?
As you say, he picked out the smallest man on the field in Rob Burrow, didn't he? And he's got such strength, Paul Sculthorpe.
Right, no penalties.
But these two sides, they are a shadow of the teams we saw last week on Sky Sports. Leeds beaten 62-18 by Bradford. Saints also suffered 40 points to 6 at the hands of Wigan. But this is playoff football. This is where the intensity lifts. And of course, it's sudden death all the way, and Walker caught Cunningham then, as Cunningham slipped. This is Wellens, over halfway, big hit by Danny Ward. Last tackle.
Was it ever? The fullback felt that.
Martin wide to Sculthorpe, he shaped a kick. And the tackle was completed.
Yeah.
So it's the turnover, and Leeds will have the possession back.
On the line, Andy! On the line!
Well, he tried there, but you could see as soon as it the ball carrying arm, it touched the floor.
You think so?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's go down to Bill, because I understand he's got some news he wants to give us on Mickey Hyam.
It's good news from the Saints' perspective, Eddie. Mickey Hyam limped off with that bang on his knee, and he really did have trouble walking when he came off the pitch, but the miracle cure has worked. He's sitting on the sidelines with a great pack of ice on his left knee, but he's just going to be the thumbs up, and he's going to be okay to come back on. He's just, in fact, jogging up and down the sideline at the moment, so Hyam should be okay to return to the fray for Saints.
That'll be good news for St Helens. Meanwhile, this is Diskin for Leeds. He does well to get the ball away under pressure from Matauti to Sinfield, and that was touched by Shields. Back to 0. Referee wipes the tackle count down.
Villa, come on.
It's
6
important
to go.
It's important now Leeds hunt for that try just before half-time. give them a lift. On a good offload yet again from Ward.
Yes, here goes Diskin. Comes to an abrupt halt though, with a tackle from Cruikshank. Yes, it was Cruikshank. Here is Farrell. Joint, Matautia, and Cruikshank again.
Hands out. Hold on, hold.
Diskin. Sinfield. Cummins. Good scrambling defence on show here from St Helens.
Now will we have a solo effort from Burrow?
What about Fleary?
Leave him, Heath, leave it.
Downed by Cruikshank. Diskin then. Diskin is under the post.
Soft try, he'll go and see if there's any obstruction.
To the video referee.
Quick thinking from the hooker though.
And look for obstruction by the man that's playing the ball.
No obstruction, this will be given. I don't think that he walks forward from Fleary. It's the second one. When he's spinning away, plays the ball, he goes forward there, but then he stops. No, I think this try will be given. I don't think this will be classed as obstruction.
Well, Fleary played the ball, didn't he?
Yeah.
And he can't run a mile away after
Well,
he
he
played
just
the ball.
stood there. He did move forward to Matautia, but then he stops. And it's not Welland's fault that he's in the way, and it's not Fleary's fault either, but it's great work from the hooker. This will be the try that they want. I'm going for TRY. There'll be groans around this stadium.
Well, Diskin thinks he scored, and what does the video ref say? He agrees. You're right, there are groans. And Diskin with the try. And Steve Cross, just like John Holdsworth last night, our video referee is on overtime this evening.
Well, I think he's got it right as well, because what Fleary did, he did move forward towards Matautia, but then he stopped, and it's not his fault. He's allowed to stand on the field of play. The mere fact that Paul Wellens couldn't get anywhere near Diskin does not come into the equation. Fleary did not obstruct.
Rob Burrow then, from bang in front, will try and convert Matt Diskin's first ever Leeds try and wrap the scores up at 18-all. And that's exactly what he's done. It's 18 points apiece at Knowsley Road in this elimination playoff. Nobody wants to drop out of the race for Old Trafford.
Well, this is how Leeds got the possession.
I don't think his hands touch the ground.
I do.
Couple of minutes, fellas.
Yep.
Stay behind, Heath. Stay behind.
A brush.
Well, if it touches the grass, that's part of the ground.
Well, the referee must have eyes.
Hold, fellas, hold.
He must be on carrots.
Well, of course
this
he's got
referee.
eyes. The referee must have eyes. Well, that's fantastic.
I was going to say in the back of his head, but he doesn't need them in the back of his head.
No,
Farrell.
he's got him in the front.
He's got them all over the place if he saw that ball, that hand touch the ground. Ward. Over halfway.
Where does the grass grow?
Down, release.
I don't think he touched the ground, but you're allowed your opinion.
Yeah.
This is Carroll.
Well, the groundsman here has probably done him a huge favour.
Left it
Leeds,
long.
I mean, yeah. Should have trimmed it this morning.
This is Sinfield. And that ball is hacked forward by Andy Hay. And Steve Hall will pick it up. And here is Wellens. And we're in the last minute of this first half, and it's gone as well, I think, as Leeds could possibly have hoped.
That's two, now move, Derek, come on.
Well, a lot of people thought that this might be one-way traffic. Saints on their own
Hall.
bidding.
Great run from Hall.
But they're showing a lot of spirit to Leeds, aren't they?
Cunningham. Sculthorpe. Shields. Brilliantly away.
Back to 6.
It is, that was off Walker's hand. And here is Iro. And he's away from Walker. And he hits Sinfield in the face. Sinfield, to his credit, wouldn't be denied.
Right, tackle one, stand up.
8 seconds to go to the half-time siren. They've got the penalty, Saints. They'll kick this.
They'll check the 2 as well.
They'll kick this.
Leave your leg in there. Stand away.
Well, you see the coach. Go for the 2, he says.
Yes, he pointed to the sticks.
Don't leave your knee in there. back away.
You didn't need the walkie-talkie to get that message down. Zoomp.
Got the semaphore system going from the front row of the stand.
Silly play though, wasn't it?
Give him a couple of yards there, Danny, please.
Keeping the big fella down far too long.
Back you go.
What they were trying to do, of course, was get him on his back so he couldn't play the ball quickly.
Back you go.
The result, penalty. Silly play there, and it could cost them. It's a long way out though.
It is 40 metres plus. Sculthorpe from range hasn't been striking the target tonight, but they have all been at an acute angle. But this for a 2-point lead at half-time. And I think after the struggle that they've had in the first half, St Helens would settle for this. Sculthorpe then for a 2-point lead at the break. He's kicked it. And that's it. That's the half-time siren. Ian Milward's away to the dressing room to talk to them, and Sculthorpe has shone like a beacon again for Saints. 2 tries, 3 goals now. 2 goals and 2 tries.